Hello, hello. We're back. Today we're going to talk about Doctor Strange, finally, a Comicon, all of our regular segments, of course, and we're still trying to give this bad boy away. Awesome. The heck? Someone's feedbacking. All right, hey. Hey, Mike, welcome back. You want to say hi?
Hey, everyone. It's good to be back.
Hey, Patrick.
That's a long month-long 2 weeks.
Yeah. Patrick, you want to say hi?
Hello, welcome back.
You know, even though we're out of practice, that was about the smoothest intro we've had so far. Except I still forget to put myself by myself in the middle for that. I'll get that next time. But anyway, it has felt like a month, like Patrick said. And taking a week off, it's so it's 2 weeks since we've been here. I was distraught. I didn't know what to do with myself. I almost fell into depression. How about you guys?
You had a puppy to console you.
Yeah,
that is true. That is true. It has a puppy does add a different type of energy to the house. Although it also adds pee messes everywhere, which is a new frustration. So it kind of balances out. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure it's a plus quite yet. I mean, it's definitely a plus for the family, but as far as your mental state, it's kind of frustrating. And then we're going to go straight into the teenage years to where he'll start eating everything, all the furniture and phones and stuff like that, so.
Oh,
all right, awesome. All right, so let's start off with a few updates. So I want to play this. All right, so update on that is we didn't actually, this is something else I'm going to talk to you guys about, but we actually had the Scruffle goal to be 100, I think. I think we should definitely make it 50 because we're currently at 24.
Yeah.
So
24, that's good.
Yeah. So once we get to 50, not 100.
Okay.
YouTube subscribers. And just a reminder, all you have to do is do any of those things that were just listed, and you win a great prize. You can see details of that on the website at xcellarcomics.com. And then for the Fun Fan freebie, like I showed at the beginning of the show, we actually can see what is included. The whole $8 of what you want is still in play. But then you also just get this. All you got to do is follow the Fun Fan freebie phrase guidelines. You can see those on the website too. Just get the full phrase, 3 words from the live stream and the podcasts. First one to send it to me gets all that stuff. It's awesome.
Yep.
And I wanted to change. We're changing the Fun Fan freebie phrase again. Did anyone get the old one that is no longer the phrase?
The first one or the second one?
The second one. The last one. Patrick?
Fun-loving seal. Free fun dog. I can't remember. I'm getting them all mixed up.
No, the last one was free floating seal.
There we go.
Yeah. Which is no longer. So here's the first word of the current phrase. The first word is long. Okay. Check out the podcast of this live stream coming out in the next
winning.
couple days.
I'm
For the
winning this
second word. Okay. And then we got a the newest giveaway. No, I guess we shouldn't call it a giveaway. It's not really giving away anything, but it's the random username shout out she talked about on the last episode as well. The random username today is Norman_Osborne. So if you're watching us right now and you let us know in the comments that you're watching, you can get 25% off your next purchase from Xcellar_Comics on eBay. And if you see this video at any time later and you comment on it, we'll give you 10% off. But if you comment that you hear your username during the show, it's 25% off your next eBay purchase from us. It's 10% off if you hear it anytime. So this could be, we're currently May 22nd, 2022. It could be July 4th, 2027. You see this video, you let us know in the comments that you're Norman_Osborne. So that's pretty cool, right?
It is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And all you have to do is buy something from us and leave us positive feedback, and you could be a part of this thing as well. So, all right.
Yep.
So I guess we'll go into my segment. All right, I already messed that up. We're not going into my segment. Mike, you need to put up your top 10 covers for the Profit.
Right. So the Profits for 5. Well, this is these all came out this previous week since we didn't have a show last week. They were all prepped for that. So here are your top 10 covers for the week. Just pick the 3 that you think were our favorites, and you can win one of these covers, cover of your choice. So you have from now until the start of the Pick 3 segment to comment on what 3 covers you think will be our favorite. And if you need, you can go over to the Facebook page, and they're all listed there.
Are they there?
Yeah.
They're there from last week still? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So
good luck to everybody.
Yeah. So pick the top 3 between now and when we start that segment. Nice. Okay. What do they win? Did you say what they win?
Yeah, their choice of one of those covers.
You got to delay. You're doing ventriloquism stuff right there. Are you seeing that too, Pat?
Yeah.
That's okay. Just leave it. We can hear you perfect, Mike. That's all that matters. And the visual just makes it more entertaining. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move into my segment. We already did the intro, so we don't need to do that again. But basically, I've had 2 weeks, but I didn't want to do 2 weeks worth of stuff, so I kind of condensed. Because as you can imagine, I watched a lot in 2 weeks. So I just picked a couple of kind of each type of viewing pleasure and kind of went with that. So the first thing is, sorry, my bad. Let me get this. I got it. Dadgummit, I just fed this figured out before the show started.
Oh, that's not it.
Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay, there you go.
There you go.
All right, I finished this, Outer Range. Did anybody get a chance to try this out at all yet?
No.
I'm still where I was weeks ago, with just the very beginning of episode 1.
So I finished season 1, and I guess, I'm pretty comfortable with giving it a positive review. Although it, of course, as you can imagine, it left the season on a cliffhanger. You know how I told you there was this whole mystery with his daughter-in-law missing. That's kind of how the whole show started, and this whole nightmare of a series started in general. She shows up, later. So, and inexplicably, and that's kind of the cliffhanger. She just kind of shows up. I guess I should have given a little spoiler there, but talked about that already. So, but like I said, I give it a positive review. It was definitely compelling. I kept wanting to watch it. It wasn't like I was forcing myself to watch it just to finish it. I was enjoying it. And then TV shows I finished season 2 of Space Force. And yeah, this is still a big negative for me.
At least you're out now. No more Space Force.
This was one I kind of had to force myself to finish, but I wanted to finish it. Let me just give you an example, okay, of this one episode. It was pretty much a majority of the episode that this took place. We were literally watching him pass Michael, Steve Carell, watching him. They did an episode where he was having to pass kidney stones, or maybe not kidney stones. Yeah, kidney stones. Where you have to pee it out, right?
Yeah.
They literally showed an episode like where they were all watching it. They put it up on the big monitor. You know how they have like in the big monitor rooms in the U.S. government where they're watching NASA and stuff. They literally put that up on the screen, watching him pass it for half of it, and then the other half of it was him watching himself because someone was showing him while he was passing it. It was so, oh my God, it was so ridiculously not funny. And this was the best they had, I guess, for the humor of the show. And I'm just giving this as an example. Most of the humor of the show falls along this, kind of same vein, so yeah, I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah. Does the government really have big rooms like that, you think?
I don't know. I'd assume so. I've never been in one if they do. You'd have probably been more apt to be in one of those rooms than I would, because you were actually, with bigwigs, right?
Yeah, I was at the headquarters. We didn't.
Yeah. All right, then I went for a couple cartoon shows, and I actually watched this, and I like this a lot. I mean, it's nothing spectacular, but it's pretty good. But I'll tell you, the things they want to change, obviously gender swaps and stuff like that happen a lot now. This one's one of the craziest in memories for me, because you remember Ram Man?
Yes.
They literally had a female play Ram Man, and they called him Ram Man. But I don't even think Tila wasn't even a regular. So it's like, I don't know, just make new female characters. I mean, you want to have female characters, fine. I'm good with that, obviously. But changing Ram Man to a female, that just seemed totally out of sorts and forced. I don't know. But
was
everything
this
else.
the Kevin Smith one?
No. This isn't the Kevin Smith
okay.
one. The Kevin Smith one is Masters of the Universe Revelation.
Okay.
So they don't even have He-Man in that title.
This one's more for kids.
Correct? Yeah. This one's more directed towards kids. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I enjoyed it more than the other one because, I'm more of a He-Man as far as the Masters of the Universe are concerned. I'm more of a He-Man fan than any of them, and he played an unexpectedly small role in Masters of the Universe Revelations. So that really kind of rubs some people the wrong way. And then I went here. I watched the whole first season of My Hero Academia.
Wow. Cora's been trying to get me to watch the whole thing with her, and it's tough.
Valor just started watching this also.
Are you watching it? Are you getting bits and pieces of it too, or is he giving you feedback?
I'm seeing bits and pieces, yeah. It doesn't it's not favorable viewing because the voices drive Chelsea insane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're always screaming.
Yeah.
That's why I asked Cora, I'm like, why do they always scream? Can they just talk?
Yeah, the only thing the one of the disclaimers I have to say about this, I watched the dubbed, you can watch dubbed or subtitled for this. I watched it on Hulu, and they have both versions. You can watch it either way. And I was kind of having this, not a background. I was kind of paying attention to it for the most part, but I wasn't able to look up constantly, and so I had to put it on dubbed instead of subtitle, which I guess you lose a little bit with dubbed as opposed to subtitle. But I really liked it a lot. I can definitely see why it's really popular, and it's definitely kid. Yeah.
Thumbs up from that's Valor's thumb.
Okay, nice. So do you guys have any idea what the plot or premise of the show is?
Yeah,
not really.
I do.
They go to
I know
school.
Valor does, but you don't.
They go to hero school, and they're bad guys, and like all the instructors are heroes. Yeah, that's all I got. And they have competitions. Yeah.
Well, does any other show or movie come into mind when you say what you just said?
X-Men.
Harry Potter. This is Harry Potter for superheroes. I'm serious. It follows that main kid. I don't even know anybody. I don't have everybody's names memorized yet. But that kid, right? Huh?
All Might is the only one I can ever remember.
Yeah, All Might's the big one in the back. Yeah. But the kid right in the middle with the charging at us in the front. He's the main character. He's Harry Potter, and there's a difference. He's not supposed to be the savior. Like, he's not supposed to be going to this school, really. And it's pretty complicated. I won't get into it completely, but basically, yeah, it's following these superhero kids going to a superhero school and being mentored by superheroes, while the big baddie superhero or big baddie supervillains keep interfering with their life and the school and everything. I mean, it's freaking Harry Potter, But I like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And I like superheroes better than wizards, so it's fine. I like it. I like it a lot. And
that's an interesting way to look at it. I'm going to talk to Cora about that.
Yeah, see what she thinks. See if she's insulted by that or she agrees. Lexi says season 3 is the best, so wait till I get there. But I literally just finished final episode of season 1, but I can definitely understand the appeal. So, moving into movies, I got a chance to watch this. I've been meaning to watch. This came out in 2020. I've been meaning to watch it for a while because I like the game. This is based on the game. Have either of you seen this?
No.
It's on my list.
Okay.
That's good.
So, I mean, it is what it is. You can imagine what you're getting with this movie. It's no, Oscar worthy, and the dialogue's a little lacking, and the story's thin. They just kind of have to create this multiverse kind of crossover to where modern day people, which is Mila, kind of coincide with other universe kind of old school people. But I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, you want some monster slaying, action-packed craziness. If you're in the mood for that, this delivers. So I enjoyed it. I was prepared for it when I watched it. So I'll give it a recommend, as long as you understand that that's what you're getting. I don't think people will be upset by it. And then I finally made it to the theater almost 2 weeks ago now to see this. Did anyone else get to see Doctor Strange?
Yep.
Oh,
Both of you?
No.
Oh, nice. I was hoping both of you, because this has spoilers galore. We have a no spoiler rule anymore. I mean, we have a spoilers are okay rule now. Mike, what are you going to do with that? Are you going to leave for a bit?
I can.
No, I don't want you to. So, okay, literally, let's confront this right now. So this was my biggest concern when we talked about not minding giving spoilers.
Then, for the sake of the show, I'll leave. No, go ahead and go. Go ahead, talk about it. It's fine.
So I'm trying to think of this from your perspective. I hadn't seen this yet, what would I do? You know. What'd you think of it, first of all, Pat?
I thought it was really good. It was like it seemed like we're finally getting back to like the mainstream Marvel universe and dealing with everything that's going on there.
Yeah. I liked it a lot as well.
I will say I was 5 hours approximately from showtime, and I had something spoiled for me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, Ayla
And I wish it didn't ruin my enjoyment, but it would have really been a nice surprise. So there's that, Mike. So
yeah. Now,
well, how about this? How about this? Go ahead and talk about it. I'll just take my headphones off, and then I'll watch for you to give me the when you change the thing. I'll come back on because I want you to talk about it.
Okay, when it goes away, you'll come back on. That's good. Yeah. That's good. Okay, all right.
All right. I got a bag of popcorn here. I'll just.
All right. So, spoiler alert for anybody else who wants to check out with Mike. So what's the big surprise you got spoiled, Pat? First of all,
Reed Richards.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know about any of them showing up. So I mean, that was all pretty cool. I don't know. What do you think? I can't remember the actor's name right now. Do you think Jim is a good fit for Reed? What do you think of that?
I do. I mean, this was sort of like a fan casting. Everybody wanted, that was the big rumor, and the fans really wanted him. Him and his wife Emily Blunt to play the Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
So whether this translates into the Fantastic Four movie or not, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I definitely like him as an actor. I just, this is really, I guess, maybe shallow, but his big ears just kind of stood out to me. It just kind of, I don't know. I just kept seeing him as Jim. Maybe that's my problem too. I've soaked so much Office into my life,
I'll tell you this, Valor didn't even recognize him.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. I couldn't believe how violent this was, I wasn't expecting that. And I mean, obviously they're all violent, but I guess graphic is more of a way to put it, how graphically violent it was. Yeah. And one thing that I thought, I didn't know whether you were going to say or not as far as what got spoiled is I had no clue whatsoever that Scarlet Witch was the bad guy here. Did you?
No, they kept that pretty well.
Yeah.
It was sort of out there in front of you in a way, but I did not expect that either.
Yeah, I didn't catch on to that at all. When that happened, I was like, oh my gosh. And then when, the fact that was 75% of the movie, we found that out pretty early.
Right.
That they kept that under wraps is pretty amazing for modern times. Yeah,
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised about that, even though, and I have to back up a little bit in saying that I think, if you didn't watch WandaVision, it was kind of problematic. Probably you could have got away with not seeing it, but it certainly enhanced it. It made you feel even more sorry for the Scarlet Witch, and who knows where she goes from here. Obviously, the ending, was sort of not good for her, but in comic book movies, who can tell, Yeah.
The other thing too was this was creepy, scary too. Jump scares, zombies,
Yeah.
It was definitely unlike any other MCU movie to that extent, in my opinion. And it's kind of ironic with what you said, how it gets us back to Marvel continuity, but it kind of changed the game completely. And that was this isn't really a complaint about the movie. I think I may have mentioned this to you before, that my only thoughts on this whole multiverse thing, as far as the Marvel continuity is concerned, it's a cheat code to.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. It's a fun way to go, but you could just totally screw everything up and make it not interesting if you go too far, I guess. I don't know,
Yeah, I know what you're saying, for sure.
But yeah, it was really cool. I was real happy with it. And then Morbius came out on digital, so I'm gonna watch that for next week.
Okay.
What were you gonna say?
The one thing that pulled me out a little bit, and this is you probably like this, was that all the Illuminati cameos, which we kind of knew the one was Professor X.
Yeah.
And I absolutely hated them playing the X-Men animated theme when he's coming on the screen. It just
yeah, I didn't mind that. Yeah,
I'm sure you didn't. I know the X-Men animated show fans would probably really like that, but I didn't like it. And man, Patrick Stewart's getting old, man.
He is. I thought about that as I'm watching Picard.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to, for lack of a better way to describe it, I'm just gonna say like he barely pulled it off in season 1, and that's what I was just thinking. I mean, he's he's definitely getting up there in years. So I don't know how much longer he can even play these parts. So and the only, speaking of that whole time frame in the movie there, that's the only thing that I thought was like super corny, like over the top, was when Reed Richards told Scarlet Witch, he could kill you with a whisper from his mouth, or the way he said that, and then that's what killed Black Bolt. I thought that was kind of like corny. Did you think it was corny? No.
No, that didn't bother me. Nah.
Well, it didn't really bother me either. I just was thinking it was, why are you telling her that?
Well, okay, I get you. I got you now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the only thing I will say about, we just talked about Scarlet Witch a minute ago, but just to go back to that for a second, is when I watched WandaVision, I was a little bit like, oh man, she's a bad guy, and upset about it. Which it was arguable, at least Ayla argued with me that she wasn't a bad guy. She was just going through her things and all that, right? But I was like, no, she's literally kidnapped people. The whole point. And in this one though, I settled into her being the bad guy because I was like, that's what we've known for most of her existence anyway. So I shouldn't say most, but we've seen her be bad a lot, right?
Yeah. It's that dang Darkhold book.
Yeah.
I will say too that this, I like this better than the first Doctor Strange movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it almost didn't even seem like a sequel to that first Doctor Strange. They really didn't pick up on any of the plot threads left behind from that first one. Even though they had Baron Mordo, it wasn't our Baron Mordo, and it didn't follow up on any of the threats or things he was planning behind the scenes to get revenge on Doctor Strange. No more magic, whatever. No more Sorcerer Supreme.
Right. Well, it did that's the only way we would have known how what's his name became the Sorcerer Supreme. Wong.
That's true too. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, a couple things, but yeah, it could have been kind of standalone. I think I liked them equally because they're so different anyway. So. All right, let's get. So anyway, I guess we give this both a big thumbs up.
Yeah, for sure. I like to see it again.
Yeah, me too, definitely. What's up? Is that too long for you, Mike?
He can't hear us.
Oh, there we go.
Now he's got.
No, we're good now. Yeah, I thought the Bluetooth shut off.
Is that right. Are you meaning for that background to be your background?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Pat. Yeah.
You've got a grading scale as your background?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So just to finish up what I watched with a trailer. I'm not going to show the trailer, but this is the trailer I saw. First of all, Pat, is this a real trailer?
Well, I saw it before Doctor Strange, so I hope so.
Okay, yeah. So, man, this one. So, Avatar, Way of Water. I guess that's coming out this December in theaters. I think, right?
Yeah, I wasn't paying too much attention. It didn't really thrill me.
You know, so what do you think of Avatar in general? What?
I saw it one time
Uh,
at my brother's house.
you didn't even see it in theaters?
No.
Wow. Mike,
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
you haven't seen Avatar? The original
No,
Avatar?
No, I bought it on Blu-ray when it came out, and I still.
Oh my
haven't
God.
seen it.
It can still make more money? Is that what you're telling me? There are actually people that haven't seen it?
Yeah, holy cow, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I
I'll
think
get
that's like $2 billion, I think, isn't it?
I'll
Worldwide.
get around to it.
So anyway, I'm an Avatar fan. So not nowhere like Star Wars or comic book fan, but I like the movie a lot. And I really, and this is an interesting movie too, in the, I guess, political dynamics of it, how people wanted to slam it. It seemed like it got slammed from all kinds of perspectives equally. When the whole time I'm like, it's what it is. It's this, it's just this sci-fi dances with wolves, and I'm a sci-fi guy. And, so I enjoyed the original Avatar a lot. And I mean, visually it was awesome. The story is fine. I thought it was done well. I'm a big James Cameron fan, so when they talked about all these, I guess there's supposed to be 3 more coming out, right?
Couple, yeah.
Yeah.
So they filmed them all at once, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. And then when I saw this, I was like, "Yeah, cool, awesome! I can't wait. I'll check it out in the theater." It seems like it's being undersold, though. So I don't think it's going to do near as well. Because don't you remember when the original Avatar came out? It was just like you could not see it everywhere constantly.
Yeah.
As far as trying to sell it as how it's going to be the greatest movie ever, that kind of thing. I think it was oversold in that regard for the first one.
Maybe.
But the second one definitely seems to be undersold. But it is what it is. So I'm ready.
Yeah, there were like all the stuff you were talking about, like controversy or criticism of it. It was all over. It was just too much. So I pretty much just checked out and had no interest in watching it at the theaters. And then when it came out on Blu-ray, I bought that fully intending to watch it. And I guess I'll have to get around to it now. The stuff's died
You're like giving new meaning to the word being behind. All right. That was like, when did the original come out? Like, anyway, 2008 or something?
Yeah, probably.
A long time ago. So anyway. So like I said, I watched a few other things, but I'll try to keep that as brief. I was doing some math on why our shows have gotten so gosh darn long, and sure enough, my What Kevin Watched was one of the culprits. So I figured I'd kind of slim it down on a weekly, regardless of what I watch anyway. Do a couple shows, relevant and old, couple movies relevant and old, and then a trailer or something, So, all right.
Yeah. Yep. We watched. I just want to throw this out. We watched Uncharted last night with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
Was it?
Yeah, it's on Vudu, so if you want to check mine out.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hilarious.
Looks like it would be. Did you see that one, Pat?
Did not, but I did. This was like a previous. I was all prepared for last week's show because I watched The Eternals. I watched. We went to the theater and saw Doctor Strange, and then because the show was going to be delayed last week, I spent Sunday afternoon watching The Batman.
Oh, nice. So, okay, so then let's not move on yet. I want to hear what you have to say about it. Well, first of all, were you done, Mike? You said you watched Uncharted. That was it?
Yeah, that's how I just wanted.
I'm going to chime on to your recommendation. Me and my family got into, what is it? Under the
Banner of Heaven.
Yeah, Banner of Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we watched that. That's crazy good.
Yeah, this past week, because it comes out, I think, Thursday. Every Thursday is a new episode. And like the last.
Oh, we thought it was the end of the season. Okay, so new one's coming out this Thursday. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and we're sitting there, we're watching it, and at the end, the music, it's the suspenseful part. And there's a band called Godspeed You Black Emperor. And the music it started real faint. And I was like, holy cow, I know that song. And I know how that song builds. And that whole entire scene was just one of the most intense 5 minutes that I've seen in a long time.
Well, I didn't know everything you just said, and I thought it was intense. It was definitely awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the perfect song.
Are you familiar with that one, Pat?
No, not.
Well, it's kind of geek topical. It stars Spider-Man and the U.S. agent is in it. Whatever their actors' names are. Well, obviously Andrew Garfield, but Andrew Garfield's a main guy.
Oh yeah. I've seen previews for this. It looks good.
Yeah, I guess the true story. Yeah, he's a detective investigating a Mormon family, not the Mormon church in general. But
yeah, we've got the book.
Yeah.
I didn't realize U.S. Agent was in it. That's Kurt Russell's son,
U.S. Agent is?
Yeah.
Really? I did not know that.
There you go, Karen.
There it is, Karen. Under the Banner of Heaven.
Yeah, I've seen commercials for that, and it looks good.
It is. It's really good. Me and Jesse watched every episode they had, which I think what's out so far, Mike? 5 or 6?
I think 5.
Yeah. So we really enjoyed that a lot. So Patrick, first Eternals.
I thought it was good. It was good. It wasn't bad. I think the problem with it is attachment to the characters. I never liked the Eternals, and I don't think the movie did any favors. I mean, I like Kingu, Kumail Nanjiani. He was my favorite character. That's just because I like him anyway. But it was perfectly fine. I just didn't. It wasn't my favorite Marvel movie for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely my least favorite of all the Marvel movies. I didn't hate it, but it's definitely that and Captain Marvel, I guess maybe. But yeah, I thought it was okay. But yeah, are you familiar with the Eternals in comic books? You're just not a big fan of them, or you're not familiar?
Tangentially, I guess. They were never my favorite characters.
The story just seemed too, I don't know, unbelievable, which obviously we're dealing with this, crazy fiction that is the Marvel Universe now, but for some reason it was just kind of above and beyond. You're talking a huge scope. Yeah.
That was never mentioned before in trying to overlay it over everything that's already happened that you've known in the Marvel Universe. So
yeah,
it's kind of a hard sell.
Kind of hard to swallow, yeah. Mm-hmm, exactly. And then, you already mentioned Doctor Strange, but what about the Batman?
Much better than I expected. I really liked it.
Awesome. Well, I guess we're ready to have a Batman episode. We can do that whenever.
Yeah.
Next time or whatever.
Give me about a 3-hour notice so I can rewatch it.
Yeah, we can let you know at 9:00 on a Sunday morning, and you're good.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, too long, but
Yeah, that's my biggest complaint. Yeah,
I got a little tired of Batman's boot steps. It was too overemphasized. Even in the rain, you're hearing these clunky footsteps coming along. I'm like, come on, man, it's raining. You wouldn't be able to hear him walking up on you like that.
I didn't catch that. Now I will next time.
Now you will.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you're gonna hear.
I'm gonna take notes, and I'll note every time.
What'd you think of Bruce Wayne's broodiness, though?
I didn't mind it just as much as I think other people did. Yeah. I think let's just say this. It sort of suited the time period for Batman. He seems ready at the end of this movie. He seems ready to move on from a lot of that, probably.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right, I guess. Yeah. So sequels we get, he should be more of a modern, kind of playboy Bruce Wayne instead of goth Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I think that'd be the logical way to go.
Gotcha.
We'll see though. Who knows? Yeah. I'm excited to see another Batman movie in this series now, though, for sure.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, Mike, you left us, but you're on deck. Are you ready to go? That's not a good sign.
Sorry
Okay.
about
That's okay.
Sorry about that. What was the question?
You're on deck. Are you ready? You're having technical difficulties right when it's your turn. Can you hear me?
He seems happy about it.
He does. He's frozen in smiles. What's up with your internet, Mike?
Now it's starting to storm here, so cross your fingers.
Oh, geez. All right, Mike. Do you not want me to go to yours because? Well, we can't go to You Got a Deal either. We need you for that. He's completely froze. Oh, geez. All right, Pat. You know how we talked about how we were going to get all the comic book stuff together.
We did talk about that.
And then go with the other stuff, the toys and stuff together. We can just flip-flop those. How's that sound?
I can do it.
All right, cool. So we're moving into a different order, but let's get into it. Nice.
Yeah. So yeah. What I got. At first, I'll start with what I had ready to go from last week. So This is from 2 weeks ago. It was actually it would have worked out it worked out better this way because the week previous was a pretty slow week. The only thing I had was they, for some reason, they had the May the 4th, and they released all those new figure information, but except for out of the blue comes this Obi-Wan from the Obi-Wan series. They're calling the Wandering Jedi Obi-Wan series. The removable cloth robe. I mean, it's another Obi-Wan. I will say I like this one better. That I recently saw the Archives Obi-Wan. I think it was Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan, and I don't really care for that figure. This one looks better, I guess.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
But it's I think what's happening here probably, if I were to guess, is that once Obi-Wan drops next week, they'll probably release a couple other figures. They don't want to spoil it quite yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's so awesome. We're on top of Obi-Wan already. It seemed like
right.
It's nice when it feels like it's coming quick. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
But what I always loved about I love the cloth as opposed to when they used to do the plastic. Back in the day. I think the first one I remember them coming out with a cloth one for was the Jawa. They had a little cloth, whatever you call it, poncho for them or whatever, Right. So this being cloth, that I even like that even better. So that's awesome. Yeah.
It works if it's done well, and this one looks good.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it looks a little hokey,
but
these ones look good. We had mentioned previously about McFarlane's Page Punchers, and they officially went up for pre-order this week. And you can sort of see what's, I'm assuming, to be more of the final packaging. You can see they've added the Page Punchers logo.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And these are the 4-inch scale, $10 figures that come with the free comic book. So I'm interested in these. I'll take a look when they hit the shelves to see what they actually, they're kind of tiny, and I don't know about the paint apps. Well, it's just kind of a wait and see how this goes.
I agree. I'm undecided as well. Yeah.
You know,
Are the
and
capes plastic or cloth?
I think they're plastic. I don't know though. Maybe not. I can't remember. I shouldn't.
Batman's looks cloth. Superman's looks plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then to confuse people, they're starting a 7-inch page punchers line. They were announced this week as well. There's a Batman, a Superman, a Constantine, and a Black Adam.
Hold on a second. Okay, I'm already confused. So, so these are just the same exact thing. Comes with comic book and everything, except they're 7 inches before instead of 4.
I think the whole deal is they want to call them page punchers because they come with the comic included. And you know, this is sort of Star Wars Black sort of stepped down into this hole where it confused people because they started calling, you know, different scaled lines the same names, and it's not good marketing as far as I'm concerned. And this is sort of what Todd's doing here, is calling two things page punchers, and they're two different scales and two different lines.
I agree.
Yeah, there was a lot of comments about that. You know, you would think these companies would learn their lesson to curtail confusion. You know, they're basically the whatever they're called, the classified figures. Yeah, the regular DC line that is out now, except they're going to come with a comic. And from the looks of it, from what Todd was showing, it looked like it was all the same comic in all 4 of these figures. Now maybe that was early. Maybe that was early mock-ups. I don't know. That would
be really dumb.
Well, you can kind of see from the pictures there. That's you're seeing the comic in the background.
Yeah, it does look like the same one. Yeah,
and they're all the same here, but maybe that's subject to change. And just to pile on there is I didn't like the looks of any of these 4 figures as far as sculpting goes, and you know, portrait head sculpts, things like that. Mm-hmm. So they're definitely, these 4 are definite pass for me. But both versions of the page punchers are up for pre-order.
Yeah, I like the smaller ones better. And I don't know how you guys feel about it, because I think too much articulation takes away from the figure.
It can.
Yeah,
I've seen some that it makes it not bad, and it makes it cool that it can articulate.
But there's got to be a happy medium where,
right?
You know,
yeah.
I don't know what that is, but those 3-inch look really good. I like those.
They're actually 4. I thought they would be like more typical 3 3/4, but they're actually 4-inch figures. So yeah, we'll see. It's a wait and see on those. I'm kind of curious, but I want to see them in person.
Yeah.
Then this week they had a big Marvel Legends announcement where they announced a bunch of sort of one-off figures. These are all what they call fan channel figures, which means they go to like toy specialty stores like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, basically any online except for the major retailers like Target, Walmart, and Amazon. And I believe these are usually offered through previews also. So Diamond should be able to get these for you. And for some reason, there are 2 different price points. The Japanese Spider-Man and the War Machine are $28, and I think the Fire Lord and Sharon Carter are $25. And I just show them individually here, sort of like a throwback to the 90s Iron Man toy line they used for the blister card on War Machine. The Japanese Spider-Man is in that 60th anniversary Spider-Man line with no plastic packaging, so you don't get to see the figure, just on the box.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Sharon Carter is a more general, typical Marvel Universe release. And Fire Lord is on the Fantastic Four throwback card backs. Then there was one they didn't show on the live stream. This is a Target exclusive, which is they're calling the Bombastic Bagman.
Oh.
This is famously from the when he I believe this is when they removed the symbiote from Peter Parker.
Right.
He needed a costume, and all they had was a spare FF costume. He still needed a mask, so he used the paper bag for a mask, and the Human Torch put the old "Kick Me" sign on the back. And
right. Yeah.
I want that one.
Yeah, me too. That's what I was just getting ready to say too. I don't really want all these, but yeah, I really want that one. Yeah.
And that's the Target exclusive.
Yes, it's Target exclusive. I actually pre-ordered this. And I haven't checked since Friday. I got mine on Friday, ordered on Friday, and I haven't checked back to see if they're still available because Target exclusives sort of come and go really quick for some reason. I think it's a lot of scalping going on. I ordered that and the Japanese Spider-Man. Pre-ordered both of those.
You seem to be a big Japanese Spider-Man fan, huh?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. And the last, there's two more items from their live stream. In the Marvel 3 3/4-inch retro series, they show the Sentinel figure, which has interchangeable heads and some parts. And this is in scale with the figures I've talked about previously. Have a shot here that shows sort of the scale difference. There's Wolverine, which has been released along with the new Sentinel.
That's awesome. Yeah, okay.
Pre-ordered that guy also.
I was just gonna say, hopefully that's bigger. Yeah, right.
Yeah. And the last big item is a box set. Now they used to always this typically would have been like a San Diego Comicon exclusive, but they started moving all the when the pandemic hit, they started moving those to more what they call the PulseCon exclusives, and that is this Mojo World box set, which includes Mojo, Dazzler, Longshot, and like a mini chibi baby X-Men or Wolverine X-Men Wolverine, and it comes in this like television box with a little VCR type tape box and like a cardboard remote. I don't know. They go all out on the packaging for these exclusives for the conventions and so forth.
I love that.
There's the figures close up. The Dazzler and Longshot, I really like them, but I don't think I want to plunk down $132 for this set because I was never a big Mojo fan.
Yeah, that is a lot. Yeah, that's awesome. Why is Wolverine like that?
I think he's supposed to be the baby. When I first saw him, I thought it was they had the X-Men babies or whatever.
Huh?
But he has some. I wish I could read this picture a little better, but he has some kind of a. They give him a name here, and I don't know if they plan to release like all the X-Men in this form, but I think they're going for that baby X-Men babies look here.
Well, I'd pass on that.
Yeah. And then the last thing I have, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Mezco Toys 112 line of figures.
I'm not.
They're basically 6-inch figures, but they incorporate cloth costuming or vinyl costuming, and they're very detailed. They normally run in the $75 to $100 range, which is pricey. I don't have any of these. I've been tempted in the past, and as a matter of fact, I've mentioned, when we talked about Judge Dredd, they did two different versions of Judge Dredd that I thought were really cool. That I was really tempted, and they actually did a version that came with his bike too. But I wanted to spotlight this because I thought it was super cool, and it's the Amazing Spider-Man 112 Deluxe. So Deluxe means you pay extra money for him.
Of course.
He comes with a lot of extra stuff. And I thought Mezco just did a fabulous job with these shots because they basically took these iconic images of Spider-Man from the comics, from the covers, from pinups, and basically put him in these poses. So what I've done here is I've tried to include, what they're homaging from the comics, inserted into the pictures from Mezco's
nice. Okay.
This publicity still. So you got that one there.
Awesome.
And you'll see that a lot of these just follow right along. It's really cool. There we have them with the Green Goblin.
Oh, that is cool.
Taking off that cover, that Amazing Spider-Man cover. Nothing direct here, but it's another. His eyes light up. Comes with a little web shield there. Here we got another homage to another cover.
Yeah, that is a really good job. Yep.
There he is on the wall from the Spider-Man pinup.
How do you display these?
Well, I don't know. You have to buy their display stands, I guess. There he is being unmasked by Doc Ock, taken from a panel out of the comic.
That's very cool.
Another another splash page homage. Not quite as crazy leg positions as Ditko had him in there, but we get the general idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And here's everything. I guess. Well, I don't know if this isn't everything, but there's the that's the Ramita cover corner box pose right there. This shows all the different heads and all the different hands, but not a lot of the accessories like the web shield. And I think he comes with a parachute and some other things like that. So yeah, I am really tempted to get my first Mezco 112. Just because of their marketing here just really did its job on me.
It's working.
Did you say how much these were? Yeah,
he's deluxe. He's $120. Like I said, these are typically available through Diamond. Maybe I didn't say that. I was talking about the fan channel Hasbro stuff, but I always see the 112 stuff in previews, so you should be able to get a little bit of discount if you know where to look. But it's costly for sure.
It's very cool. This is what I always envision, with them marketing like that. I always envision whenever I have a really cool action figure doing some kind of diorama with, all kinds of stuff like that. Obviously I'm past, unfortunately, I don't have the imagination to do the whole clashing action figures and have that interesting to me anymore. But a cool diorama would be nice, right?
It would be.
Yeah.
If I had those kind of skills and space as well, and money to afford it all, But when I see those awesome dioramas, they're so cool. I'd love to have space to where you could just kind of have one and set it up all the time. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and this, just touching briefly on Mezco 112, this goes back to what we were saying about the, sometimes the cloth costuming works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
A lot of the early stuff was, it was sort of iffy, but they've definitely improved as they've gone with their Mezco. And Mezco does, a Marvel, DC's. I don't think they do Star Wars, but they do a breadth of a lot of different licenses. And as you can see there, I have no problems with the cloth costuming there. It looks really good. It's not your like Mego.
Right.
70s style cloth costume.
Very form fitting, which is what really makes it work, right?
Yeah. So stay tuned. Maybe
especially with the poses, the way they've got them. The fact that it looks good with all those different poses is really the sell. Because if like the one, like you said, the corner box picture or pose, you think they could pull that off looking pretty good, pretty easy.
Yeah, no problem there, right?
But with those poses, the fact that it still looks good with those is amazing. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, awesome.
Yes, thank you.
All right, is that it?
That's it.
All right. So to stay in line with what we talked about before, then let's just go into geek stuff we got, because that's what I want to keep the stuff together, right?
Okay.
Is that cool with you, Mike?
Yeah, that's fine with me. That gives people more time to
come up with what they think the top three are. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect point, Mike. We just gave everybody a ton of time. Guess what the top three are and win a free comic book today.
Yeah, they can thank my internet because I got kicked off.
Yeah, right. All right, here we go. All right, awesome. So it's been 2 weeks. So who wants to start off this week? Mike, you want to start?
Yeah, I actually didn't put a whole lot. I got more than what I'm showing.
Well, can you go get it all together? Pat can go first, and then you can get your stuff together, and then because I want to see it all. I'm just kidding. He's frozen again.
So thank you.
Okay.
Well, I am. There it is. I am together. It just wasn't putting it up on the screen.
I know.
So
I was just kidding.
Thanks to Patrick's review. As soon as the show ended, I got on eBay and I found a copy. I'll buy it now.
Nice.
So I bought it, and I haven't read it yet, but I did look through it, and yeah, it's really awesome looking. So I'll probably read it this week.
All right.
And Patrick and I had chatted a bit. It's because I think you'd said this was. It seemed like it was a Kickstarter campaign first, and then they later printed them. But this one is listed. It's inside. It's a first printing.
Yeah, good.
So I don't know if it's a Kickstarter version. I think I think the covers were different. The covers were different.
Yeah. Yep.
So it was just lucky shot on the printing. So next, I got Beware the Creeper #5, Steve Ditko and Denny O'Neil, and it was just such a really clean copy. And it's kind of a honey hole I go to. A lot of dollar books. They used to have quarter books. Now they're raising to 50 cents. But I was able to get this one for a really good price. Couldn't pass it up. Now I think it's a 6-issue series. So now I'm looking at getting the other 5 issues.
Right.
And there's a little interior work. Just really really great. I was even looking up his first appearance isn't that expensive. I could probably get a nice copy for about $50 or $60. So I may go that route. And lastly, so we went to the comic book convention in Chantilly last Saturday.
Right.
And a few good creators there. But I met Rags Morales, and I picked up this death print from him. And I've already got it framed. Just have to get it hung. He had a Batman that I was all ready to buy the Batman, and then I saw this. And it's such an interesting pose. I never see her pose this way. And I mean, all of his stuff was fantastic. All of it was worthy of buying. I could have walked away broke from his table.
I love that death.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I'm not sure if he did it just as a print or if it was a pinup somewhere or what. But his stuff is fantastic. I'll throw this in real quickly because
Karen is asking who that was.
Rags Morales is the artist, and it's Death from the Sandman series, which is coming to Netflix pretty soon. But she won't look like that.
Yeah, Mike's all about death right now. Yeah.
Well, it's part of it's
the character. The character. Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good. But I'll show what Mark got. So the NAMM #1 already signed down there at the bottom of the country, Vietnam in Yellow by Michael Golden, but he met Larry Hama and Jim Shooter, and they signed it. So now he has it, a triple signed book, and he has it displayed in his room.
Oh, that looks like a CGC candidate just for display purposes.
Yeah, we
CBCS
may get the signatures authenticated. I can't remember how much they charge for that. But that is...
Well, if you aren't going to flip it, you don't need the authentication, right?
Right. It'll come back with a red... I think it's a red label. They're ugly. I don't like the red labels.
The signed is red label?
I think if it's not authenticated, I think it comes back as a red label. They used to do, they have signature series, I think, are yellow. Well, CGC does. But I think now the CBCS, if they authenticate it, I think it comes back as a blue.
No. Well, I was just envisioning that as he'll have that forever.
Yeah.
books. So yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely one he's not getting rid of. I wouldn't let him. It was my copy.
Gotcha.
I have an unsigned copy in my own collection, but I thought it would be fun for him to have that. So
Gotcha.
those are the few things that I got.
All right, Pat, did you want to go next, or you want me to?
Yeah, I can, because I just have a brief.
Hello?
We were talking about the Marvel Legends Retro series, and I got my first 3 figures of Wave 6.
Oh, nice.
They all came individually from Amazon. Green Goblin was the first to arrive in a box, which was nice, a cardboard box. Although the box they're using is basically the exact same size as the card. So it's kind of like if they put it in there just right at an angle, it's fine. But if somebody would, it seems like all we do is talk about and complain about packaging on this show. But these all arrived decently. Black Widow, I think, was in one of those crispy paper envelopes, and she was okay. And then the thing came in another exact sized box, and they're all okay. A little bit of scuffing on Black Widow's bubble, but oh well.
I don't know whether I've ever asked you this before, but do you ever break any of yours out and display them, or are they all in packages still?
All of these so far,
No, I mean just in general, your figure collection, your collection of action figures. Do you have any out and displayed, or do you always just leave them in packages?
Every once in a while, I'll open one.
Just because you can't resist holding it and stuff?
Yeah. It would. In fact, this thing is a candidate because I have a little close up of him. I wasn't very impressed with the thing until I actually got him in hand. But his head sculpt is really nice. I think.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The problem I think with this figure is, plain orange plastic. If they would have gave him some kind of a wash, which I'm not always a big fan of, but if they would have got like a darker orange wash and so the crevices showed up better,
yeah,
I think he would have looked much better. But and that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I might get another one and do some kind of deco on my own.
Bust it out and do it on your own. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just because he's my favorite figure, I can always have a couple extra things hanging around.
Yeah.
But he's a little skinny, but I like him. So that completes the Fantastic Four. All the Fantastic Four are out in this line. I'm sure they're going to do variants on down the line, and I'm still waiting on Thor. Thor is the last figure from this wave. I don't understand why. It used to be they get a case and the whole wave would be in that case. Now it seems like they're doing cases of individual figures, and maybe they're not all going to arrive at Amazon's warehouse or whoever's warehouse all at once, and so you get them one at a time like this. But yeah, I thank you, Amazon, for using cardboard boxes instead of bubble mailers. I really appreciate it this time.
Nice.
Yeah, it would be nice if they said, okay, pay extra and we'll really pack them up nicely.
I would hate that. I would just be like, why can't you just pack them up nicely?
Well, yeah.
It was a joke.
A lot of people.
Oh, it was a joke. I'm sorry.
Right.
Because I agree. Just do it right the first time.
Some people say the trick is, and I just forget about this, is to say it's that you want them gift wrapped or in a gift bag. So then they put them in the gift bag and then have to put them in another package after that. So that kind of protects them a little bit more. And I don't know. I don't do much gift shopping on Amazon. I don't remember or know if that's an extra charge or not. I don't know. But that's all I got this week.
All right. See, I got a little bit more than both y'all this week then. And it's mostly because of the Comicon. So I just want to add with this. So it was the Big Lick Comicon in Fairfax. And there's me and Ayla.
I think that's a store in Richmond.
Oh, the name of the store is Big Lick, and they're just the sponsors of the Comicon?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, so what I got specifically is we'll start with, I'm not much of a pop collector, but we got a couple pops. And just in my defense, the Marine and Conan are mine, and the rest are Ayla's. But man, it's just, especially at Comicons now, it's just so hard to resist pops, because I would say 85% of the vendors have pops, and not just a couple. They got a whole wall of pops. So, and a couple of these I got for a great deal. It was like 2 for $12 or something in a few spots. So, it makes it even harder to resist, I got that Obi-Wan for Tyler doesn't even know I don't know if he's watching today or not, but got that Obi-Wan for Tyler. But the rest are all Ayla. So, and then of course, picked up some comics. I got 2, 3, and 4 of Haunt, and I've already ordered 1, or I actually already got it. I got number 1 from eBay. So I've got 1 through 4 with us talking about, Haunt, a couple times over the, especially starting with his action figure and not really knowing anything. I figured I'd better get on top of that. So,
kind of regret selling that issue number 1 we had.
Yes, yeah, but this is what it is.
Yeah, they're more out there.
Yeah, and then I got this Crow series, 1 through 4, and I got these, for all like I think $2 a book, and then action figures. I picked up this Spider-Man. Do you have this, Pat?
I don't think I ever saw this on the shelf.
The biggest reason I picked this up is because I didn't have anything for Jim Shooter to sign, and he's the
just grab a Marvel book from the 80s.
Yeah. I mean, but he's the co-creator of Black Spider-Man, right? Yeah. Or the symbiote suit, right?
Suit.
Secret
Wars.
Yeah. So I got to meet Jim Shooter, had a nice conversation with him, and he signed my Black Spider-Man box. So it was pretty cool. And he was really cool. I liked him a lot. It was the first time, obviously, I ever met him, and we talked a lot about. He mostly wanted to talk about the shortcomings of financial compensation of creators and everybody in the industry from back in the day. We talked about quite a bit of that for 10 minutes, and I was shocked when I was there, and I don't know how much of a reputation of Big Lick has for being packed or whatever, but there were just moments, like you can't see it behind me there in this picture, but there's a little snack stand back there, and me and Ayla went over there and we're eating some hot dogs and stuff later. I'm sitting there looking at Jim Shooter in the middle of a Comic-Con, just by himself, not talking to anybody. I was just like, man, times have changed, obviously.
I think it's such a small venue.
That's what it is. It's just a small venue. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because at times when there was nobody there, and because when Mark and I got there was one person in front of us and like 6 people behind us, and then later on, it was like there was just nobody there.
Yeah.
And right behind him on the other side of that black curtain is Larry Hama's back there.
Yeah. And then this was the most exciting part, which I didn't know this was going to be the most exciting part until it actually happened for me. But man, I was just so happy for this moment. I got to meet Flash Gordon. Sam Jones was there, obviously, and got to talk to him for a minute. Obviously, he got up from behind his booth and would, get real close to everybody and, take pics. It was a lot of fun. And since he was there, of course, I had to do the same thing, similar with the Black Spider-Man. And I picked up this Flash Gordon, the movie official adaptation comic. And then I had him sign the inside of that. And I always like these personalized autographs. So he says, I had him say, great find, Kev, Sam Jones, Flash. So I thought that was fun. And then something I didn't know about him, but he was actually a Marine, or he is a Marine. I guess he was in from 72 to 76. So I bought this poster. He was actually selling these posters. I bought this poster off of him. And I don't know how well you can read it there, but it says, "Good to see you, Kevin. Semper Fi, Sam Jones." So that was really cool.
Nice. How did it come up that he was a Marine?
I think I was wearing my USMC sweatshirt. What was I wearing? Wait, yeah, my picture's there. What was I wearing?
Right,
Oh
yeah,
no, I was wearing my veterans shirt. That's my veterans T-shirt underneath there. And so he asked me if I served, and I said yes. And then he asked what branch, blah blah blah. And then we went from there. And I told him about the boys and all that. And yeah, he was awesome. He was cool. And man, he's a stud. He's like approaching 70, you know, making me look bad. So
yeah, it looks like I'm gonna start doing push-ups as soon as the show's over.
Right, exactly. So anyway, but I had a lot of fun just talking to him, and like I said, I was totally starstruck. You know,
that was the best Bugs Bunny I've ever heard. Sorry.
Thanks. See, can you tell I'm starstruck right now as I'm just thinking about it?
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's it.
Yeah, it was a fun convention. It wasn't overcrowded, and you know there were some big names there. Sergeant Slaughter was there. They had a few actors from was it Empire Strikes Back. I mean,
yeah, that was one thing that frustrated me a little bit, is because, you know, with having limited funds. Yeah, I definitely would have dug meeting Sergeant Slaughter, and I actually went to the bathroom at the same time as him, and I joked with Ayla that I was gonna be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" You know, we're like standing beside each other in the stalls, you know, but we weren't actually in there at the same moment like that. He was coming out when I was going in, you know, so it was pretty close. But I joked with Ayla that I should have timed that better, and I could have gotten a private conversation with Sergeant Slaughter in this stuff. But he looked good too, man, for his age too. He looked good.
Yeah.
And then the two Empire Strikes Back people, I don't know their names. One was a Gamorrean guard. So it would have been cool. I would have still loved to have had a picture with him and gone through the whole gamut with that. But it was like $40-$60 for a signing, and you know,
wow,
you couldn't, and I think like $20 for a selfie or something. You know, it was all charged stuff, and obviously all this stuff adds up, even though that's not crazy expensive. So I just kind of had to pass on it. And then the other one was the Twi'lek dancer that Jabba the Hutt drops down into the Rancor pit at the beginning of Return of the Jedi. You remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, so she was there, and I definitely, especially with having Ayla there with me, you know, the whole Twi'lek Ayla, I would have loved to have had that conversation with her, but same thing with her. She was like $60 for a picture and a signature and stuff, and I just didn't have enough. And the last one, they had the green Power Ranger, or no, the white Ranger the Green Ranger was there. Yeah. So, which I would have loved to have had a picture with him. I could have, if I'd have had enough money, or if they would do anything at no charge, whether it be let you take a picture or anything at no charge, I would have waited. And none of them had lines either. Well, the biggest line was Sam Jones. Yeah, Flash Gordon had the biggest line, you know.
Yeah.
That's
the price point, just way too much.
Yeah, it's being kind of completely unrecognizable extras, for lack of a better way to say it. It didn't seem right, but whatever, you know, they make their decisions. I waved to her. That was free. So,
well,
anyway,
while we're still talking about the convention, I forgot to put this up. So,
yeah,
pictures. So, yeah, that's Mark and I waiting in line. And,
nice.
I was able to get early admission, so Kevin handed off This is taking forever for stuff. There it is. Handed me his Hulk 181.
That was rough.
That's Marcus. We're at CBCS booth turning it in for him before the line got too long.
That was tough for me. I literally, I don't think I can imagine myself. Obviously, this is my biggest book, but I don't think I can imagine myself ever putting a book of any substantial cost or value in the mail. I can't do it. I had a tough time handing it off to you to hand to them, let alone going through the mail, you know? So.
Yeah. It was funny when he handed it to me. The guy in front of us, he kind of got a glimpse of it. He goes, "Oh, that's a big book."
Yeah. I literally had to, we stopped right in front of you guys and I just stared for a minute because it was such a hard pill for me to swallow to see that walk away from me for what's supposed to be 3 months at least, right?
Yeah, I heard the turnaround time is a little bit faster when you submit them at conventions. We'll see. Because we dropped that off for you. I dropped off 3 books of my own, and then 2 or 3 Xcellar books. So we'll see. One of them signature Larry Hama on GI Joe 21. So everybody stay tuned for that.
Yeah, it's all going to be exciting. I can't wait. And I want to do it every time from now on. Remind me that I say this. I want to do it at least with 1 book every time. At least 1.
Yeah.
If I can afford it, more.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right, so that was awesome. All right, Mike, Are you ready for your segment now?
I am ready.
All right, here we go. What was happening?
I don't know. It's like earlier, it just booted me off. And I thought it booted all of us off. And now you said, "Are you ready?" And there's nothing happening.
I just played the introduction, Mike. Wait till you watch this later. During the introduction, you're asking what's going on. Is there an introduction? Are we going?
I'm serious. My screen has the 2 of you on it, just like nothing's going on.
Wait till you see it. That was hilarious. That was awesome.
I guess I'm just too ready.
All right, Mike.
Wow.
What you got?
Okay.
All right, so here we got the top 10 covers.
I don't know if we.
So these 10
I'm trying to
covers
get the
came
picture
out.
up. Oh well, I'll just run through them.
Okay, sounds good.
Are they on your screen?
Yes. We can see them.
I see just you two. All right. Anyway,
we can see them.
We can see them. So we've got.
Well, it's fine. Being away 2 weeks and we come back, we're gonna have some rust,
Right.
But there's the books that came out last Wednesday. So obviously, what we got there: Spider-Punk, Han Solo, Chewbacca, X-Men, Elektra, Red, White, and Blood, Shadow War, Catwoman, Venom, Thor. Flash, was that Flashpoint?
It's just Flash.
Oh, okay. And then what's the Thanos cover again?
Eternals.
Okay, Eternals. All right, Mike. So we just described all of the books now. What are the top three? All right. So let's just hide that. Coming in at number 3, Venom Lethal Protector. This is a really cool cover. I'm really liking this non-tongue Venom. These non-tongue Venom covers. Hasn't sucked me in enough to buy the Venoms yet, but what about you? What do you think? Tongue or no tongue?
No tongue, Kevin. No tongue. It's the reason that is because these are taking place in the past and they're old continuity. So
Right. Okay.
before the tongue started going crazy, so it fits.
Yeah. Okay. Who's the artist? You know the artist, right?
I don't know who the artist is on this.
Okay. Well, whoever he is, he's doing a good job. All right, then coming in at number 2, that's Catwoman by Jenny Prison, right?
Yes.
Mike, are you up and running now?
Yeah, it kicked me out again. I lost all my internet.
Wow, that stinks.
So,
well, we haphazardly read through the top 10, and we showed number 3 and now number 2. So take it away.
okay, I'll give you a little background on how tense the voting was. Well, let me get to number 1 first because it talks about it. It's about number 1. So finally, at number 1, we ended up with The Flash and Brandon Peterson on cover here. And this was Mark's favorite cover, and it was neck and neck between this and the Catwoman. And so every time someone would vote, I'd say, okay, I got the new votes. And I'd say, oh, they voted for Flash. And he'd get all excited and crazy. I said, and they voted for Catwoman. So,
that's awesome.
It was funny. So, but yeah, it breaks down to the right here. So we had 9 votes for the Flash, 8 votes for Catwoman, and 6 for Venom Lethal Protector.
Yeah, I literally didn't vote for any of these.
Well, you, yeah, that's all right.
I had a bad opinion this past week.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean, there were some great covers once again, though. It's hard to choose.
Who was the artist on that Venom cover, Mike?
It's Paulo Siqueira. Yeah, I can't say his last name. Siqueira. Anyway,
We were having a tongue discussion when you were gone.
Oh.
Are you tongue or no tongue, Mike? You're a no tongue guy, right? Yeah, you like the old stuff.
Yeah. That's why I'm really excited about this series because, I mean, that cover looks kind of funny because his mouth, it looks like just a regular person's mouth.
Right.
But yeah, I that's why I love this series so much because Dave McElhaney's writing it, and it's the Venom that I like.
Yeah.
So anyway, so the profits. I don't know if anybody chimed in. No winners this week.
No winners again this week. Karen would have put the comment up. So yeah. People, if you're watching this, whether you're watching it live now or watching it later, just watch the show. Guess what the top 3 covers are going to be, and you can win any one of those 10 covers that you want. No charge. We won't even charge you for shipping. Just pick one of the 10 and we'll send it to you. That's how easy it is. Unlimited amount of winners too. Whoever guesses the top 3 correctly, and they don't have to be in the proper order, wins one of those books free. Just watch our show with all the technical difficulties and all, and you win free stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to take this moment to mention a new thing that's happening this week too. So I've been a little bit disconcerted with the midweek crawl through. Oh, Karen wants to know how she can get Catwoman. It's at your local comic store now. Ask your nephew that's not too far from you to pick you up one. He can do that.
Now, Karen, it's the B cover, so it's not just the standard Catwoman A cover. You have to ask for the B cover.
Yeah, but New Dimensions Waterfront, I think the one Ty goes to, he can get it for you. Call New Dimensions Waterfront, see if they have it. If they do have it, have them put it in Tyler's box, then Tyler can grab it for you. That's how you can get it, Karen. Or if that's for Constance. And tell Constance I'm still working on getting her a bunch of Catwoman books together too. It'll happen one of these days. I don't know what she's going to get first. Her Xcellar Comics hoodie or Catwoman books. They're coming, Karen. Constance. I know she's watching today too. So anyway, so the midweek crawl through, I think, is going on a slight hiatus for a couple reasons. One, playing a new game a week is, I guess, a little daunting for my family. So I don't want to just do it by myself. And then secondly, since it's just podcast only. Yeah, we've got no podcast listeners right now. We don't have a whole lot for the main live stream podcast, let alone the midweek crawl through. So I'm not going to never do a podcast about games. I definitely want to, but it'll just be as frequent as my family will agree to, or we can get together, whatever. Whenever I play a game, there'll be a podcast about gaming. But what I did want to convert it to, and this actually applies this week to the Fun Fan Freebie phrase, because obviously the first word of the phrase was today during the live stream. Second word of the phrase is going to be in the podcast version of this live stream. It'll be posted no later than Tuesday. The third word will be in what the new thing is going to be. And what that new thing is going to be is I'm going to try my hand at Whatnot. Are you familiar with Whatnot, Patrick?
A little bit. I downloaded the app, but I went nowhere with it. I guess you kind of need somebody to follow to, I don't know.
Yeah.
I got a little lost. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I literally say I'm going to try my hand because it might be a complete train wreck and useless anyway too. But I'm going to give it a few weeks. I'll let it play out, But man, I'm like actually addicted to watching these Whatnot auction shows. Some people are pretty funny, and then the auctions, most of them are like less than a minute. So it's nice to just get on there and. Man, I'm pretty broke with a new dog and a Comicon and everything just happening. So I haven't had the money to do it, but I wish I did because quite a few of these auctions on Whatnot, there's some great deals to be had, and I want to be a part of that.
How long's a typical show?
So I can't really even answer that question too, because and this is part of the thing that I think that's kind of cool, but maybe not cool about this app too, is you jump around a lot. Like I never stick with one show for more than maybe 10 minutes. There's this one show, I think it's the Spider-Man's Den or something, that they're very entertaining, that I've sat and watched them for maybe a half an hour. But a far majority of the rest of the shows I'm watching for maybe 5-10 minutes to see what they got. A lot of them play their music kind of in a real twing, it's the audio isn't very good, so it just kind of drives you nuts. But like I said, it varies in basically, and I don't know if there's any kind of decent average. But I would say the average of each auction, they put up a book and then they'll take it down, is maybe tops a minute.
Wow.
Most of them put it up there for 30 seconds. And it resets after there's a bid. Mm-hmm. Some of them will put it up for like 15 seconds and it'll reset. If there's a bid, it resets to the 15 seconds again. It just keeps going up and down, which has this entertainment value that I can't explain how that's kind of exciting too. If somebody puts up a book I want, and they'll put it up for like $1 or $2, and it'll be like, go to $3 and it'll get down to like 1, and then someone will bid, so it'll go back up to 15 seconds. And then it goes down, and someone will bid, and it keeps doing that over and over again. It's entertaining. But there's been a lot of slabs, some 9.8 slabs too, that have gone for less than $30 that I wanted. you know? And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's the slab cost, you know. We've talked about that before, you know.
Right.
So it seems like there's a lot of great deals, and there's a lot of comic channels, but there's a ton of channels for everything and anything you'd want there, you know. But I figured I'd give a shot because that's the other thing too. I would say 95% of the shows I've seen, it's just, you know, it's not something like this where they're talking or anything. It's just they literally put a book up, they'll describe it, and the more entertaining people will be like, you know, talking about the book and everything while the countdown's happening. But some people are just like put it up there and start the clock and start the initial bid and just watch it run, and it's, which is exciting. Like I said, is exciting in itself, even if they don't say anything.
Yeah.
So some people you don't want to say something either because they just get obnoxious as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Patrick, you were mentioning about the followers. I obviously haven't tried to sell anything there yet, but I already have 2 followers. Xcellar Comics already has 2 followers. So follow us at Xcellar. I made it the same as our eBay as well. So it's Xcellar_comics. I'm going to start. Yeah, it's an app. Whatnot, right? Yeah, Whatnot.
Right.
But Xcellar_comics on Whatnot, and this I'm going to start possibly this Thursday, no later than Friday. I'm going to try to get on some kind of regular schedule, but we'll see how that works out. Actually, I'm just going to say I'm not going to commit to Friday now because I guess that's, if you're following somebody, you want to know a specific time they're on. So let's just say 7 o'clock Friday night I'll be on. And the name of my show is the Very Variant Show. All I'm going to do is sell variants and number ones. So it's very variant because it's got variants, but that's going to be my thing, is I'm going to just sell number ones and variants. And I know obviously number one doesn't make something valuable, but that's just going to be my standard. And a lot of the variants, I already got a batch for this week. And I think I didn't even tell you this yet, Mike, but I think I got like 20, and 18 of them are Walmart variants. But hey, whatever.
Oh yeah, there's a market for those.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
And that's why you reminded me to bring this up right now, is because one of them is Lethal Protector number 1, the Walmart variant for that, which is an awesome cover, you know. So, and I looked it up on eBay, and it's going between 15 and 20 bucks to them. So I'm gonna start the auction at 10 bucks on it, you know.
Is it just another variation of the regular A cover?
No. Well, no, it's completely different. I don't have it here in front of me. I wish I could show you, but I don't.
You'll have to look at it.
Tune into the show.
Yeah, tune in the show, the Very Variant Show.
Oh yeah, there we go.
7 p.m. Friday. Okay.
I'll be there to. I can't. Yeah, I can't be a part of that show this week, but at some point, if it's not, you know, I work late on Friday, so.
Oh yeah, definitely, and we can move it whenever we want. My concern is that I'm going to do it and no one's going to be watching. I don't know how people are going to find me, you know. So hopefully people watching this maybe will come check us out. But anyway, so that's going to take place of the midweek crawl through. So the third word of the phrase I will say at the beginning of the Very Variant Show on Whatnot. So there you go. Check it out. I at least expect to have 2 watchers, you 2. Okay?
Yeah, I'll buy something. I want that.
Yeah, exactly. Good.
I have 2 copies of the second printing, 2 copies of the first printing.
I can describe it. He's very large. He's like this, with a black background, and he just looks really awesome, like this.
Tongue?
No tongue. Wait, no. Actually, he does have tongue. He does have tongue.
Yeah, that sounds like just the regular Venom series variant. Either way, I'll check in.
You know what I'm going to do right now? Hey, go ahead and fill real quick.
Fill with what? Let me see.
I wonder if can you rewatch the Whatnot broadcast, or do you have to be there live?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. There would be no reason to watch it after the fact. So it's kind of one and done. Yeah, I don't think he's thought of that part. So you watch. I bet you it's the Donny Cates run.
Oh,
and not the Lethal Protector.
All right. I'm just going to do this in general. So this is going to be on the show.
Nice.
It's going to be on the show. Be on the show. Here it is, Lethal Protector. Tell me I didn't describe that perfectly.
You did.
I
What?
I'm gonna freeze frame your pose and put it side by side with this.
Yeah, exactly. And it's got the tongue, just like I said.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Daredevil. We got Savage Spider-Man. Did you get those, Patrick?
No.
Neither did I.
I stopped.
Spider-Woman. Yeah, I think that was the continuation of Nonstop or something like that.
Yeah, you brought that up. You can actually see the Nonstop logo behind it.
Oh, I missed that.
I didn't realize that till you said that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's right there."
I like that Ghost Rider. I heard that Ghost Rider series is really, really good. A good read. Patch. Man, those are great covers. Carnage. Hey, one thing Patrick brought up while you were gone, Kevin, was the rewatchability of that show. I think it has to be your variant show.
Oh, okay.
For the second word in the phrase.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like if you don't catch the show live, then you can't get it.
That's true. Yeah, I have to. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I have to, for the third word of the phrase, you mean? So yeah, if you don't catch it live, how will? Yeah, I'll have to work that out. Maybe I won't. Maybe we'll have to do something else for the third word of the phrase.
That's a variant. Nice.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, maybe this isn't a variant. It's a number one. That's what I said. The show's going to be variants and number ones.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this one isn't a variant either.
Captain America, Iron Man, Hawkeye, and Eternals Forever. Yeah,
It's a pretty nice little start, though, right? That'd be cool for a first show, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I'm so glad I got that right. Karen wants me to give the information again. So, Whatnot is the name of the app. I'm going to be on that app at Xcellar_Comics, 7 p.m. this Friday, and it's like an auction show. We'll see how it goes. At 7 p.m. Friday on the Whatnot app. Spelled just like you think it would be spelled as you say it. You know, so.
W-A-T, no.
W-H-A-T-N-O-T, yeah. All right. So I'm super excited for this next segment, though, because I actually I broke this out for last week's show already, so I couldn't resist but look through it. But you guys ready for the next segment?
Yeah.
We're just fast. All right. Patrick's like, geez, oh man, are we still doing this? All right, here we go.
Papers.
You got a deal. Are you for real?
Oh, snap.
Well, you're not ready now? You were ready a second ago.
Oh, I'm ready. It's just my phone battery's almost dead. All right, Patrick, you got it.
All right, here we go. This lot is $25. It's $25 plus shipping. You can have this no matter what we see. We'll start with Mike. Mike,
Okay.
you have Deathstroke number 2.
Annual number 2.
Annual number 2. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
What year is that? Does it have a year on it?
Um,
No. Okay.
no, sorry.
That's all right.
All right, Patrick. You've got Red Robin number 13. That's a pretty cool cover too. The hit list. Mike, you've got Superman Action Comics number 692.
Okay.
That's a great cover, right? Classic.
Yep. Yeah, I have that issue.
All right, Patrick. You got Aquaman annual number 3. It's a great cover too. What's Pulp Heroes? I don't even know.
I think that was a line they went through all the annuals, like a theme that went through the annuals that year.
Oh, okay. Looks old school, which, I'm buying it.
It's 97. Is it 97, I think?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, Mike, you've got Superman World of New Krypton, number 5 from 09. Another great cover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. Is that Gary Frank, probably?
Yep.
All right, Patrick, you've got Red Hood Outlaw, number 30. All right, Mike, you got Green Lantern Emerald Warriors, number 1. Brightest Day from 2010. Hey, I mentioned this to Mike already. I wanted to tell you, Pat, that this is actually the lot I was describing 2 weeks ago with the 40-year-old collector that said he just was cleaning out his lot and it seemed like a farce because it was all Valiant.
Yeah.
I got those mixed up because I just ordered that one, but that's not actually the one. I mixed them up. So, all right, Patrick, you've got Extremities, number 1. That's awesome.
Yeah, Patrick. I just talked to Patrick about those, asking if he had that set.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a 12-issue run.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a set aside.
For sale for eBay?
Or Patrick, if he wanted it.
Oh.
I know he likes Daniel Warren Johnson.
Yeah, okay. All right, Mike, you've got Evolution, number 14. It's an Image Starbound or Skybound book?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've never read it.
All right, Patrick, you've got Alien Legion, number 1 for an Epic Comics. I always thought about checking that out. Never did, though. But
yeah, we have a bunch of those. I don't know if we have a number 1.
well, we won't because this lot is going to be you got a deal, so someone's going to buy it. All right, Mike, you got Undone by Blood, number 1 from Aftershock. The Shadow of a Wanted Man. It's pretty cool. That's right up your alley.
Yeah, it's kind of got Western theme to it.
Just missing some snow, unless that's all snow behind that lady on the ground there. Right? All right, Patrick, you've got Malefic, number 1. What is this? First Devil's Due First Comics. You guys know anything about that one?
Nope.
Well, Devils do. Yeah, they're really small. They actually were supposed to do the comic adaptation to the Meg, and they completely butchered that. I pre-ordered all 6 issues. I only got number 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a real bad experience for everybody that pre-ordered and for Steve Alton out there. But anyway, that looks like.
Did you read it though?
Issue number 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, I read the novel.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. All right, Mike, this is yours. Sweetheart, number 1.
Wow.
No idea what's going on here. Action Lab Danger Zone? Is that the name of the...
Action Lab, yeah. It's another small publisher.
All right, Pat. Heroines. Double size number 1. This guy was either a weird collector or an oddball collector. He's full of it too. All right, Mike.
Wait, he was collected for how many years?
40 years.
These are all modern books.
Well, I thought about this the other day too. The other day, modern is the last 29 years now, right?
Well, I wasn't talking in comic. I mean, just more recent within probably the last 10 years. I mean, there was that 97 annual, I guess.
Yeah.
What issue number is that? 27?
Yeah. Go Power Rangers 27. All right, Pat, here's an easy one for you. Spider-Man number 1. That thing's worth $25 by itself.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Yeah, that's a reprint.
What?
It's a $3.99
Oh
price
man,
set.
it's $3.99 on there. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, the UPC code's modern. See? Modern.
Oh man, that really sucks. Although I want that now because I don't have it. I mean, I've got plenty of number 1s, but I don't have that. Would that be considered a facsimile then, or what?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right, Patrick. Sorry, I thought you got an exciting book. Mike, X Factor number 64.
That's an exciting book.
Yeah.
Los Portasio and Art Tiber.
All right, Patrick, here's another exciting book. X-Men Deluxe. Oh, I have a few of these. Oh, this is number 47. The number of the book is only in the UPC.
Yeah, I hated when X-Men and Marvel did that with their X-Men books.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. All right,
What
Mike.
number was that again, Kevin? I'm sorry.
Say that again. Sorry.
What number again?
47. This is pretty cool, though. Mike, the Spectacular Spider-Man, number 15. Avengers Disassembled Prologue. And Pat, don't leave that X-Men search. But this is Astonishing X-Men, number 2. These are all cool covers. Who's that artist?
It looks like Brandon Peterson.
Yeah. Oh, here's another exciting one for you, Mike. The official handbook of the Marvel Universe, number 2.
Oh yeah, I love those books.
Yeah. It's got the Captain Marvel in it. We just saw in the Eternals. Oh, I mean not the Eternals, but never mind. All right, Patrick. International Iron Man. What? Did someone say something?
No, I didn't.
International Iron Man number 2. All right. Mike, you've got X-Men Legacy, number 213.
All right.
And last but not least, Patrick gets the pièce de résistance, Punisher Warzone number 9. Those are cool. What's that guy's name in the background? I forget. Isn't that damn it. What's his name? He had his own book for a minute.
Oh, Nomad?
Yeah, Nomad. Yeah.
Maybe. What issue was that, X-Men?
The one before this?
Yeah.
213. X-Men Legacy, 214, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, everybody watching, you can have all of those amazing books for $25. And what these two amazing gentlemen in the room with me are doing is calculating their value by recent eBay sales. And no matter what value they come up with, you can get these books for $25 plus shipping. So, is anybody ready yet?
No.
Almost.
Mike? No? Almost. Okay. And the other part of this is you can take away any of them that you don't want in here that you don't care about to make the shipping cheaper. So we'll hook it up shipping wise and new fresh bag and board. And those I didn't really comment on it too much as I was showing them as well, but those all look pretty sharp too. That's another thing I need to do for the Very Variant show. I need to get on top of my grading, which that's kind of ironic. You have that as a background this week. Need to be on top of that since I'll be alone. I won't be able to say all the cool things that you guys can note all the time, but at least I should be able to get the condition right.
Yeah, I'll share the link with you with the description of each grade on what, so you can look at the book and
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All that stuff and just jump in there.
Yeah, okay. So what you got, Mike?
39.
That's you're kind of walking the line there as far as
it's tiptoeing. If that Spider-Man number 1
was actual.
Let me see. I don't even know what that one. It's just one of those books. It's always going to be in demand, but it was also printed a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right, Patrick, you got yours yet?
I actually got 62.
Uh-oh.
That Spider-Man reprint's not bad.
Oh, really? All right, so seriously, we got $101. Wow. So I definitely think that falls clearly in the you got a deal. Right?
I think so, yeah. That's 3 times. Wait, how much was it?
4 times, yeah. 4 times what I paid, right. And there's not bad books in there. I mean, there's a couple that are kind of but, overall it wasn't bad, right?
Right.
That's when I just scanned through it when I was breaking it out of the packaging. First thing I saw was that Spider-Man I was kind of excited about, but obviously that was a miss. But, I mean, maybe not after what Patrick's saying. But anyway.
Yeah, that Spider-Man's still probably a big winner.
Very cool. Very cool. Man, I love that segment. I'm so excited for it every week. So, the way you want to get that lot, if you want it to, because we still don't quite have the website up to purchase right away as well. But obviously, only one person can buy that lot. Whoever emails me at yougotadealllotismine@gmail.com first gets it. That's how you get it. If you're listening right now and you want to get it right now. If you're not listening until the end of the week, that's still how you get it. yougotadealllotismine@gmail.com, spelled out completely. And you have until Saturday at noon before Mike starts tearing it up for us to make big bucks on eBay with it. Right, Mike?
Yep.
All right.
I mean, we've already started selling some of those previous ones.
We have, yeah.
I mean, there's some listed.
One just sold yesterday. Yeah, one just sold yesterday. Godzilla, yeah.
Godzilla, man.
And just to let everybody know, that lot we were selling that lot for $12.50. We sold that Godzilla for $12. That one Godzilla. So anyway,
Cha-ching.
okay. What? Yeah, cha-ching, right. All right, let's move into this next one. Nice. All right, who's going first this week? Patrick, you want to go first?
I can.
Oh, okay.
We figure things out here. Okay, so I read 2 issues, breaking Kevin's rule.
Oh man, I read 2 issues also.
I'm used to it now. It's fine. It's fine.
I figured. I read World's Finest #1 and #2 by Mark Waid and Dan Mora. We'll start out with a negative right off the bat, since we're looking at the cover. I hate that logo.
Okay.
It's terrible.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't really care for it too much. I wouldn't use hate, but yeah, it's not that cool. Right? Yeah.
I would use hate. I just.
Can you articulate why?
It's just a mess, man.
I like the W. I'm seeing. Well, he's kind of got in the W. Let me see, the bat, and then down here and the E.
He's got the Superman logo. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just don't like the shape of the letters.
Yeah.
It's not fine. Could be better.
I agree. But anyway, this book is I said by Wade and Mora. I am a longtime Mark Waid fan. I know he's like sort of a polarizing figure these days. But I have a lot of fond memories of stories that he wrote in the past. So I'm not much of a DC guy. In fact, this is the only ongoing book I'm buying from DC right now. That's soon to change because I think I'm going to jump on Batman.
I was going to say, they publish Batman, right?
They do. I think they publish a couple different Batman titles.
Yeah, right. Too many. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Chip Zdarsky is gonna bring me on to Batman.
Okay.
That's not why we're here. We're talking about World's Finest.
Right.
Dan Mora is an artist. He's one of those guys that I think is a really good artist, but I've never really been buying a series that he's been on, and his work here is super nice. They're sort of going this book's sort of like it's definitely set in the past. It's like non-current DC continuity, which is perfect for a guy like me who's not really following a lot of DC books these days. So it kind of fits like that classic mold, Superman and Batman mold. Sort of sets up some scheme is going on, and there's a mystery villain, and it involves Poison Ivy and Metallo and Superman and Batman, and get some help from the Doom Patrol and Supergirl. So it's off to an okay start. Let's put it that way. This is going to be somewhere in the undecided category for me as of right now. The artwork sort of pushes it into the get it category because I think Dan More's Batman is excellent. I would read a Dan Mora drawn Batman book, which somebody will probably tell me he already was on Batman for a while, but I missed it. If that's the case, but his Batman and Robin are both very well done. Superman's good too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. It looks good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of good artwork. I'm not sure about the story yet. I'm not sure where they're going, but it seems to be a book where they're not worried about continuity, like I said, and they can just drop in and drop out characters from the DC universe, which is cool.
Yeah.
And like I said, the sort of leaning towards get it, but we'll have to wait and see.
Okay. Cool. Mike, you want me to go next?
Yeah, if you want to. I was looking for. I know Dan Mora has worked. I can't remember if it was. I think he was on Detective recently. So
Okay.
I'll go and get. I'll get the details later on. I'll share them with you, Patrick. Let you know what packages you have to chase down.
Yeah, Patrick, this is something we probably covered in the past, so I apologize if I'm re-asking the same questions over and over again. Obviously, get used to it. But have you had stints of Batman, or you've never read Batman? Is that what you're saying?
I have read Batman from time to time.
Oh, okay, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, okay. I was going to be shocked if you hadn't. So anyway, all right. I read one book, but I'm going to start reading two.
You should.
But I'm going to make sure they're in the same line at least, because that seems to be what you guys are sticking to, which is good because it's kind of the same story, obviously, or not kind of, but it is the same.
Mine are polar opposites this week.
Oh, you're just a cheater.
Yeah.
But anyway, I read Spawn 329, and it's really good. Mike, go. No, I'm just kidding. This cover was in our top 10 covers.
It was.
Francisco Matina. And I think this came in. Did it come in the top 3?
Maybe.
Go ahead. I'll look it up.
Okay. So the interior art is by Carlo Barberi, and the writer is Rory McConville. And I touched on, again, bringing back Haunt, how a couple issues ago, Haunt was looking for a cure for this, deadly disease that was going to kill him in that issue. And that's part of the storyline that's going on in this book. So Haunt is very briefly in it because of that. But then this is a key issue. There's 3 new Spawn introduced in this book. So the Redeemer, you guys familiar with the Redeemer?
Yeah.
So he's the big blue with gold kind of cross logo armor on him that, he's kind of Spawn-like. So there's a guy that's similar to the Redeemer. The way the Redeemers are actually a bunch of guys, but we only have one in our story, so we just call him the Redeemer. And basically, there's this the original Redeemer. Whenever God was creating these soldiers, the Redeemers, to go down and fight the Hellspawn on Earth, they didn't do it quite right with the first one, or he didn't do it quite right with the first one. So that's kind of blasphemous. I had a little issue with that. But anyway, in this fictional universe, God can make mistakes, apparently. And the first Redeemer was outcast onto Earth, but he wants to track down all the spawns that exist to, become in favor of God again to get back to heaven. And this guy's name is the Forsaken. So actually there's 4 new characters. Well, I don't know if this Forsaken was in the last one, because I actually skipped 328. I don't, it's one of those things. This is the book I had in front of me, so I read it, and then I realized, that Haunt book was 327, and I missed 328. So I don't know whether this guy's in 328 or not, but his name's the Forsaken. He looks just like the Redeemer, except instead of blue and gold armor, he's black and gray. So his costume is black and his armor's gray. And he's mean, but he's just mean to Spawn. Like I said, trying to earn his way back into heaven. And then big plot twist in this book is when Spawn is fighting the Forsaken, 3 brand new Spawn that have never been anywhere else show up. And first of all, I was really excited because one of them looks like a pirate, but we didn't get his name.
Booty Spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Booty Spawn.
I was gonna say pirate Spawn, but okay. Yeah.
And then there's another one. Oh man, not Spartans, but Centurions. It's called Centurion Spawn. He's like super incredible Hulk sized. He's like really huge. And then the third Spawn is I can't remember what he looks like exactly, but so basically there's 4 Spawn: the Forsaken, the Pirate, the Centurion, and then this other one. All these new Spawns showing up, which is cool for me because it was awesome. So they were there to take the Forsaken away, to kind of protect him from the Hellspawn, but then also stop him from trying to kill the Hellspawn at the same time. So, and that's kind of where it ends, where they kind of show up and I just love Spawn books. This is a great book. So if you're a Spawn fan, this is a big must-have, in my opinion. If you're not so much a Spawn fan, it's still a get it, though. It's a great book. The writing's great. Art's great. It's key issue. The cover's great, So, yeah, I call it a must-have in general. But if you're not really a Spawn fan, I still say get it. But I enjoyed it a lot, and I need to get on all my Spawn titles regularly. So, which I say every week, don't we all? So,
Yeah.
All right, Mike. That's it for me. What you got?
All right. I read 2 books.
Okay.
The first one is Grimm.
Nice.
Initially, I was going to pass on this book. The Friday before it came out, I put an order in at Gateway, and they threw it in my box, so I read it. So we've got Stephanie Phillips as the writer, Flaviano is the artist. Never heard of Flaviano. So basically, on the cover you have Jessica Harrow. She is a Reaper. She's not the Grim Reaper. I guess his first appearance in issue number 2. But she's a Reaper, and what we get in the first issue is she's ferrying souls to their destination. And we find out she has no memory of her death. All she knows is her name and what she's to do. And so she is ferrying this guy to his destination, and he's talking about wanting to talk to his ex-girlfriend. He was at a bar trying to make things right with her and stuff like that. Ended up dying on the way home. So when they get to the destination, he steals her scythe, and I don't know how he gets out of this place, but he ends up in New York. So her and a few other Reapers chase him down. And here's a spoiler alert. So if you haven't read it, but you intend to now, basically she's fighting with him on the ground, and then a police officer grabs her arm and stands her up and tells her to get on home. And that's when she realizes that they can see her, and they're not supposed to be able to. And that's how it ends. It's fantastic art. This is interior artwork. That's when he had stolen her scythe and went back to New York. He's outside his ex-girlfriend's apartment. It's a get it for me. It's
okay.
Great writing. A lot of potential there. I don't know how many stories you can have about that. What's the Cinemax years ago had Dead Like Me was a little mini series, real similar to it. So, so that is a get it. Issue number 2 comes out June 15th.
And incidentally, if you want to get it, I have a variant edition that I didn't show in the stack of variants. I got a few other variants besides the stack that I showed. variant edition of #1 that's going to be in the Very Variant show on Whatnot on Friday.
Yeah, you have the Final Order Cutoff variant by Jay Lee.
It's pretty cool too. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's actually the one I got. I like that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a get it. Second
Okay.
book I read, Jurassic League.
Okay. I can't wait to hear this go. What?
So, yeah, this is crazy. So
Okay.
the writer is Juan Gedeon. He's also the interior artist. Danny Warren Johnson does the covers, and he's a co-writer. The artwork's good. I was disappointed that Danny Warren Johnson didn't do the interiors, but here's some interior work right here. So that is your Batman character, which I don't really know what his name is. He's referred to as, where was it? I had to write these down. I'll find it. So anyway, you've got funny things like Growthen City, Metropolis, and then instead of the Joker, it's Jokerzard. Oh, Jokerzard refers to Batmog. And you've got Black Mantisaurus, Wonder Dawn instead of Wonder Woman, and then Super Sour. Super Soar. Yeah, Super Soar as Superman. Not Super Sour.
Super Soar, gotcha. Okay, yeah, okay.
And then at the end, you've got Brontozaro as the villain that shows up. But I think what's going to happen here, he fights the Jokerzard here and saves this little child. So I think that child's going to end up being kind of taking on the Robin role. So I say this is another get it. It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's funny with Gotham City and Jokerzard, kind of silly, but the artwork's amazing. It's really great. Tons of action, lots of fighting. I actually have Marcus wanted it, so I ended up getting him a copy as well. So both of my books this week are get it.
Okay, awesome. I was going to ask you. So, how does it set up that Jurassic League though? Anyway, is it just from the beginning? It's like an Elseworld scenario, or did they go to the past and they change or something? What was that?
No, you're just thrown right into it.
Okay.
It's probably going to be kind of like an Elseworlds thing. Is probably the easiest way to explain it.
Okay.
And they do the Wonder Woman character. She sees visions, and the visions that she's seeing are Super Sour and Aquaman character, which they didn't name in there, and stuff like that. So she's seeing these visions, and that's where she's being sent off. And they're going to eventually. There is a vision that she saw of the Justice League, or the Jurassic League is what they'll be referred to. So,
interesting. That's good to hear.
Yeah, issue 2 is June 14th.
Okay, awesome. That's a pretty good weekend. An undecided, a must-have, and 2 get-its. Nice. So,
yep.
All right. So I think since we're obviously running over 2:15 at this point, we'll bump our unique topic once again, which maybe we should just always do what we've done the last couple of times anyway. If it's an important enough unique topic, we'll do it at the top of the hour so it gets set, Yeah. But if it's not, I don't mind bumping it. If we keep coming up with good things to talk about, I mean, who cares what we're talking? I mean, honestly, this is more interesting to me most of the time anyway. So I want to see all these toys and the comics coming out this week. We're a week behind in all of our being topical stuff, but for the most part, we're doing a good job, So speaking of that too, I wanted to mention this a couple weeks ago too. I don't know whether you guys noticed, but we obviously had, Neil and then George, and then, a third Friday in a row, someone fairly large, especially in my life, passed away. Do you know who the third person was?
Vangelis?
No, Fred Ward.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Remo Williams.
Yeah, Remo Williams.
Wow, he's done many roles.
He's done a lot of stuff, yeah. But Remo Williams just pops into my mind too. I don't know whether that's typical for our, age group or not, but yeah, Remo Williams was huge for me. My stepfather back then was a big Remo Williams fan he was reading the novels.
Mhm.
So then when the movie came out, he was really into it, and then it was a fun movie. I liked it a lot too. It got a lot of slack. Have both of you seen that one? Remo,
Nope.
what's The Adventure Begins or something like that?
Yeah, I saw it way back in the 80s.
Yeah, I love that movie. I've seen it a dozen times.
Well, I'll attest to how much you loved that movie. You had a pet ferret when we were in high school, and his
I
name
named my
Remo.
ferret Remo. Yep, exactly.
And I'll tell you, that was I never heard of a ferret before. Hey, I have a ferret. I'm like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. Good old Remo the ferret. So anyway, rest in peace, Fred Ward. So anyway. All right. So do we want to try a recap?
Sure.
Yeah, you go ahead. You start.
Can we start?
Yeah,
Venom's
YouTube.
still better without a tongue.
Right. Like
Yeah.
I was gonna say, and I hope I don't take too many here. I was gonna say, no tongue, no internet, no unique topic, no problem.
Nice.
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin. If you have another, I have none.
You have none?
I forgot.
Okay. I'm a little smitten over Flash Gordon, apparently. Maybe even a little bit more so than I actually knew until I got to meet him in real life. Very cool Marine. So anyway, you're supposed to be thinking of one while we're rattling off these others, Mike.
Yeah, I'm trying. The pressure is just unbearable. Jim Shooter is a good storyteller.
Jim Shooter is a good storyteller. Yep. And none of us are pop collectors. None of us.
We're not, especially you.
Right.
I mean, my most recent pop was probably 3 years ago. I think it was the Jaws. I got the Jaws ones.
I don't think so. I got you 2 Saga Pops for your birthday last year or something. Oh?
Was that recent? Anyway, see, that's how few I get. I don't even remember.
And they still count as your pops, even though I bought them. Oh, it wasn't a gift. It wasn't a gift. They were just on sale, so I asked you if you wanted them, and you said yeah.
Oh, right, Second to Charles or something like that. Yeah.
So. All right, so that's enough for a recap then.
Patrick's still thinking. Did he have
Let's
one?
go.
I was trying to see how many pops I could see where I'm sitting.
Oh,
Okay, that's the assignment next week. We have to all come to the table with how many pops we own.
okay, fair. Okay,
I can see 6 right now.
Well, I can only see 3 in this room, but if I were in my living room, I'd see at least 12.
I don't have any in my house.
Partially because whenever I do buy pops, they always linger in my living room for a while until they go to where they're supposed to be. So.
Yeah.
All right, so that'll about do it then. Just a few reminders. Take the poll and answer the trivia question through the Spotify app. The trivia question actually increases the value of the Fun Fan Freebie Phrase giveaway. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, retweet, follow, like, and share Xcellar Comics on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. That'll get you into the Scruffles Goals giveaway. And see what we have to offer on eBay at Xcellar_Comics. Soon, Xcellar_Comics on Whatnot. And then, of course, at XcellarComics.com. We don't have things for sale on there, but there's links for everything we have on there for everywhere else you can actually get stuff. And listen to this live stream as an edited podcast. Will be posted no later than Tuesday. And then again with Whatnot, 7 p.m. Friday. Check me out there, see how I do. Might be a complete train wreck. Might be more entertainment than anything in the first week. And then the Sunday short show the Saturday Sunday
That short show. Yeah, I didn't have everything I pulled this week I gave to you, and yeah, didn't have it.
Yeah, we're still planning on getting on top of that.
You betcha.
Okay. And then another live stream, of course, next Sunday at 1. So, all right. Anything else? Anybody got anything else?
Oh, I just now noticed that apparently Mike is near mint only.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's kind of odd about that background is you can only see part of it, and then you're,
He's a 9.8.
Yeah. That's right where you are. Yep.
I'm on a delay.
All right, that'll do it, guys.
My internet is terrible.
Okay. All right. So don't forget, appreciating great art is awesome, and reading a great story is fun. So why not pick up a comic book and do both? Xcellar out.